What's up, guys? I am here with Shaggy since we're not going to be able to be in the same room tomorrow for the show. Mr. Shaggy is going to do the entertainment. So, Shaggy, what do you got for us, man?
Well, I can tell you what I don't have. I can't find my notes anywhere. Bad co-host, bad co-host. I forgot where I put them. So I had them all with me. Oh shit, did I leave them at the studio? I think I might have left them at the studio.
Yeah, you did. I think it's like partially folded up.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it short with the review. Was listening to some feedback.
Okay.
And I'm going to try not to get into spoiler detail since this is a new release. So, of course, I'm talking about the new Scream movie, or call it Scream 5, Scream 2022, whatever you want to call it. It'll always be Scream 5 to me. Directed by the two cats that did Ready or Not. Unfortunately, no Wes Craven because he passed away in 2015. Rest in peace.
Did he really?
But oh yeah, he did. Brain tumor, brain cancer, I believe. But anyway, the good news is that these guys emulate his filming style very, very well. And I did this, I watched all the Scream movies before I went to go see it that Saturday, and then jumped right into it when we had our showing. And you could have fooled me. I could have maybe he faked his death and he was directing this, ghost directing, so to speak. But these guys did such a great job. Ghostface in this was a monster. He didn't just stab somebody once or twice. He kind of did what he did in Scream 4, where he would stab people repeatedly in a very, very bloody fashion. Well, as a matter of fact, he does that in all of them. But this one, he was more sinister. Not going to try to get into too many spoilers, but there was one scene that made me cringe really bad, and that's when the opening girl was crawling away, and he just took his foot, raised it, and brought it right down on her ankle, and you heard like a loud snap.
Oh goodness!
That made me.
Did people in the movie theater when you saw that?
Oh, everyone in the whole theater was like, oh, because like the way the sound effect came into play was just perfect as soon as the foot hit her ankle bone. So this one, I know we talked about it. Every Scream movie is not just a slasher film. It has different ongoing themes, pretty much making fun of Hollywood. It's a meta horror. It's self-aware horror film. And this one follows the reboot rules, which we talked about. What else could they do? Well, there's a lot of rebooting going on the past 7 years. Force Awakens, Halloween 2018, to name a couple. This one does what those did. Introduce new characters and bring in the legacy characters, the survivors, so to speak, like Sydney, Dewey, Gail. And there was another survivor, Deputy Hicks from Scream 4. I consider a legacy character because the movie's over 10 years old. Anyway, So the whole point, the killers wanted to bring the legacy and the new characters together to create their reboot of the killings of the first Scream movie. Again, I'm not getting into spoilers. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. The guy that does Ghostface voice sounds so good in this still, and he's got to be, I think, 65. He's getting up there in age, but man, he still sounds so menacing. And he does a little trick with his voice. It's in the beginning. He actually makes. I gotta refrain. See, I can't stop talking about. I'm trying to refrain from spoilers, but I can't help talking about. Fuck it, whatever.
It's been 2 to 3 weeks, so say the spoilers.
Okay, so he makes a phone call with his actual voice, not his ghost face, which is I don't think has ever been done in any of the Scream movies.
Really?
So he's like, oh yeah, I was dating your mom, and she told me like you're a really good daughter. It was very, very odd, dude. I was like,
oh,
that's
shit.
Roger L. Jackson. That's Ghostface's voice, but it's not Ghostface.
Okay.
And then, of course, it's coming. He starts having the conversation, like, yeah, I heard your mom said you were a great girl. You're doing real well, and blah blah blah. But what's your favorite scary movie? Like, and then it came. It came out, and it's like, okay, that's Ghostface, obviously. And yeah, a lot of blood. A lot of cool horror shots where somebody's opening up a door, and then that old cliche where they close it and there's a killer there. Well, there is a scene where this goes on for about 5 minutes where this guy is walking around the house, open up a door, the music cues up, he shuts the door, and then it stops.
It gives you
goes to another door, opens it up, music cues up, shuts the door, stops. And then I'm like, God, man, these guys they're not exactly Ryan Johnson Last Jedi in us, like setting up twists like that. I was like, I'm waiting for something to happen. And sure enough, man, the one time I'm like, all right, he's not coming out, man. Shows up. And in bloody fashion too. I mean, this guy gets it pretty bad, and I kind of felt sorry for the kid.
You think the rated R stance on it was well deserved for it?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. My only complaint, and we talked about this in the group chat with our personal friends, is that my friend that was with me, I told her, I was like, my only complaint, that movie was almost near perfect. Like it's up there with the first one. But my only complaint was I didn't hear that Scream theme. You know, the ha, 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 like the little I can't really explain it, but it's got like that kind of paranormal sounding theme song, like terror almost. And she goes, "Oh, you missed it." I was like, "Well, then it must have been really quick because I didn't hear it. All I kept hearing throughout the whole movie was like that generic kind of tension building music."
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the performances, I mean, I probably would have been like, God, the music sucks and this movie sucks. But the performance, like I was like, okay, well, the performance outweighs the theme songs and the orchestra and all that. So I'm willing to give it a pass. So I gave it a 9 out of 10, man. Like, I mean, that thing stroked my horror nerd boner, pal. Oh, dude, I was at 99% blood flow. I almost had a heart attack from all that blood flow.
So what would you, so for all the people that are watching, I know you have your boner meter. So what would you give it for the boner meter?
Oh, dude, I was fully erect. I was fully erect. I remember when the credits rolled, and I looked over at my friend, and I was like, "Fuck me, man, that was amazing." I did not expect it to be that good. She goes, "I know, right?" She actually, oh, dude. I mean, if I wasn't in such a rush to get out of the movie theater, I would have totally just sat there at a restaurant nearby and talked about it for hours and hours and hours. Dude, I've been telling you about it. I've been telling coworkers about it. I was like, look, nobody really likes Scream. Like nobody really talks about it. Like they'll watch it, but like nobody really talks about like Friday the 13th or Halloween.
Like you'll hear about like Nightmare on Elm Street or Jason,
Yeah.
Michael Myers, all that shit.
I love Jason. I love Michael Myers. I've never been a big Freddy fan. Ghostface, and I think I told you this, like it took me years to realize how cool Scream movies were. I just thought they were generic slashers. And actually, as a matter of fact, I think it was this time last year, I actually sat down and actually watched them and listened for once. And I was like, okay, I see what they're doing. They're making fun of Hollywood. So Scream 2 is going to follow the sequel rules of horror films. And then the third one's going to follow the end of a trilogy. And then the fourth one's going to follow remake rules where, yeah, the survivor can be remade, but with a different ending where she can turn crazy, unlike Sydney from the first one, shit like that. You know, I was like, oh my God, these are so intelligent. I can't believe it took me so long to get into it. And
my theory on it was that Cindy was going to be the killer. Like that was
same.
We talked about that too.
Yeah. We always said like, man, 20 plus years dealing with this, you're bound to crack up, right?
Now, would you say as far as this with this movie, would you say that it's that did they focus on like the older cast or they kind of bought into like a new generation?
I can tell you this. How can I explain it? Maybe you might have picked this up. Okay, so like you know how like when we watched Force Awakens, Ghostbusters Afterlife, what was another one? Where it kind of sounds like they're in character, but they're not in character. Like they were just coming by on set. Not dogging Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's actually one of my other reviews.
Yeah.
But like, that's what it kind of sounded like. Like Sydney and Gail were like, I felt like they couldn't really get back into it. Like the action was good. Their dialogue was good, but I felt like their performances were like kind of phoned in just a tad bit. The only one who's really seemed like to step right back into character was Dewey, David Arquette. He did not miss a beat whatsoever, man. And this poor guy, man, like his life in this one, it starts out like I guess him and Gail are divorced, but yet she's like off in like New York, with some kind of like major TV show. And since they're divorced, like he still loves her, and it's like a little lovey-dovey thing where he still watches her show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like there's a lot of cool moments in it. The killer reveals I thought were decent. The kills were amazing. Shit, dude. I mean, there's so much to talk about. All I can say is go see it.
Damn. So what other recommendations would you give us? Would you give us any TV shows, anything that's out now, anything that you would think that you would recommend to people right now?
Well, I'm in the middle of two shows right now. I totally did three. I'm in the middle of two shows. I'm in the middle of Peacekeeper, which I really like it. I find it hilarious. I'm not a big fan of Peacekeeper with John Cena from Suicide Squad. He's got his own show on HBO Max.
Thank God, Steve. Peacemaker.
What did I say?
Peacekeeper.
Oh, Peacekeeper. I'm sorry. Shit. Oh my God. Oh, I had a little bit to drink. I had a little bit to drink. And Book of Boba Fett, which you and I have talked about. Like you said, like you watch an episode, it's and then you get into the next one, you're like, okay, all right, that's better. You watch another episode, it's like, but this episode that just passed, episode 5. Oh my dude, my brother texted me, he goes, Steve, we gotta talk about this fucking episode. And I already know by his tone, I'm like,
your brother went nuts on that episode.
Oh God, dude. Like, but you see what I meant though? Like how it started, you were like, really?
Well, in my head, when you told me that, I was kind of expecting like, okay, something was gonna happen, but when they showed Mando, I was like, okay, all right. You see the staff, okay, so he's about to fuck shit up, but I didn't know they were gonna have the whole episode.
And it was directed by Ron Howard's own daughter, Bryce Dallas Howard, who directed, I believe it was episode 4 of season 1 of Mandalorian, and then I want to say episode 11, season 2, The Heiress. I could be mistaken. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I think that was another one. She got better, and then like she really delivered the goods on this. And ironically, the best episode so far on this show has no Boba Fett. He did not make an appearance at all, only in credit only. Fennec Shand did, or Shran, or whatever, however the hell you say her name. She showed up. But other than that, it was pretty much a character development for Mando season 3. I would think. Let's not forget he made that Mandalorian thing for Grogu, while also simultaneously getting kicked out of the Mandalorians.
Pretty much.
He couldn't lie one time. Did you take off your helmet? Staring at her.
Like, no.
Yeah. If I say yes, what happens? But yeah. It's pretty cool, man. I'm excited. I think they said it's 7 or 8 episodes.
Yeah, 8
total.
Episodes.
8 episodes. Okay, well that seems like to be the normal. Peacekeeper. I'm actually 2 episodes behind on Peacekeeper. What? Peacemaker. Fuck. I keep thinking, you know what it is, man? I was looking at Call of Duty videos or some kind of shooter game, and they had a shotgun called the Peacekeeper.
That is true.
I wanted to tell you something too, man. My game I've been playing. I mean, you know this. Maybe they don't know. Phasmophobia.
Talk about it. Talk about what can people expect from that?
Brown stains in your shorts, possibly a little bit of trickles of pee, and by that I mean you'll get the shit scared out of you. Like,
what the fuck?
I've been playing this for about a month, and I've gotten so scared that, and my buddies have all got scared that we all play with, that we all signed up for Twitch just to record our reactions. And I was watching mine last night, and like I was making faces like this, like if I was investigating something and I heard the door shut and the alarm's going off, I'll go, get in the door, get in the door, get in the door, get in the door, like stuff like that. Yeah, man, it's just for fun. It still terrifies me. A month in, I got like 65 hours in, man. I got no fucking life. So yeah, that's what I got going on. That's pretty much. Oh, and I'm playing a little bit of Payday, but that's few and far between.
Damn, that's since we've all touched that.
Oh man, let me tell you something. We got it down now. We understand it. Like before, I thought it was this complicated mess of a game, but we got it. We got it down, man. I got my saw. I got enforcers for crowd control, and I'm sitting there opening up all the boxes. We actually did one mission on stealth. We didn't get caught at all. Yeah. I was like, oh wow, this is almost 10 years in the making. Yeah. It took me 10 years to do one stealth mission, man.
How long has that game been out?
2013, I think. 2014, maybe, give or take.
That goes to show how much we're getting old.
Oh, dude, you should see the list of DLC on PC. It's ridiculous. Like
Xbox and PlayStation when we used to play.
I think it's got more. And I bought. I think I spent maybe like $50 on DLC separate from I bought the game for 99 cents because it was on sale, and then I paid like $50 for DLC. And it says on my corner, it says view all DLC 57. I was like, okay, cool. I got 57. I got it all. But there's times where I'm going through the store and it says unlock with DLC. And I'm like, I don't have it yet.
Damn.
What don't I have? So yeah, that's what I got going on right now. Other than that, man, I got a birthday coming up, and
happy birthday to Shaggy.
35. And I'm gonna get so drunk tomorrow. I'm hoping. Hey, I'm hoping
your ass again.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm hoping it's not like the 30th, but you know the people
happen, right? It's gonna be like the last time, right? It's gonna be
no.
I'm like, don't worry.
Nah.
You already know the person that's gonna. I'm not gonna mention her name, but you know the person that's gonna end up getting you fucked up.
You know what? I already said it because like him and I were talking about it. I was like, look, man, like I just had my first Long Island iced tea last week. Never had one, and this was like after work, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take one. So I bought one. He bought one, and he's sitting there drinking it, and I'm sitting there drinking it. And I'm like, phew,
yeah,
fuck it. I said, what the fuck is in this? He goes, it's got like 5 or 6 different liquors in it. And I go,
with no tea.
No tea. And like the cola makes the color apparently.
Yeah.
But like surprisingly it tastes like tea.
Yeah,
with no tea in it. It tastes like that powdered tea with alcohol in it. And I don't understand how like the science involved how it does that. But I did see her pour gin in there. And I think the gin is what got me. And I'm like, ugh. But yeah, dude, I was a little buzzed coming home. Texting friends like stupid shit, quoting Return of the Jedi. Did you see my shit?
No.
On the group chat where I was quoting Yoda on his deathbed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was buzzed. There is another Skywalker, and found all the gifs or gifs, whatever you want to call them. I don't fucking know.
One of them.
But yeah.
This will be another story for you with that. Hopefully. I mean, no, it's your birthday, so pretty much get messed up. But we always safely drive, guys. We always safely drive.
Yeah, but we don't always safely carry people up steps.
Yeah.
I can tell you this, man. Oh, man, I don't even know what the hell is going to happen tomorrow night. I just know we're all going to have fun.
Oh, dude, watch. I'm going to be like, yo, I'm only going to stay for a couple hours. And then next thing we know, it's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Well, we're all free the day after, so there should be no reason why. My only issue is where we're going isn't going to be packed, because nothing's worse than, having a heavy head, the heavy head drunk motion, and you got to wad through a bunch of people to catch some fresh air. Because that's what I do a lot. When I get drunk, I was like, I'm getting stuffy in here. I need fresh air.
You think the fresh air makes it worse for you?
The what?
You feel it? The effect?
The fresh air?
Yeah. Do you think
it
intensifies the alcohol once you get outside?
Nah, man. My thing is that when I get I got really bad social anxiety. Like even sitting here talking, I got social anxiety. It's just something I just always had to live with. But in public places, I got it really, really bad. When I start drinking, it goes down. But then when I get really drunk, it's like, okay, now I'm burning up in here. I need to go get some fresh air. So then you go out and get some fresh air. You're like, And 9 times out of 10, there's always someone out there smoking a cigarette wanting to talk to you. And you're just like, what? What?
That's the thing. Yo, I notice anytime I drink, that's when I want a cigarette. Like, I don't know, like when I get like really fucked up or whatnot, then I'm like, oh, I need a cigarette. Fuck. Shit.
Yeah, I got a feeling I might break my... What the hell? Are you all right?
Huh?
I thought like something flew and you were ducking.
No.
By the way, did you like my galaxy?
Yes, I do. In a galaxy far, far away. Where do you live? Where do you live?
I'm on Uranus.
With all the galaxy. So are there any upcoming movies or TV shows that you can recommend to people that you're interested in seeing? Well, let's say movie-wise. Are there any movies coming up that you are interested in seeing that you can recommend?
Movie-wise, I gotta say, man, ever since this COVID shit happened, I've not been excited about any films other than what just happened. Like
I agree.
nothing. I've been more excited for TV shows because I feel like now TV shows have the movie budget and now take their time to develop their characters instead of rushing out with a 90-minute or hour and a half. Oh, well, that's still 90 minutes. 90 minutes or a 2-hour film.
Yeah.
Um, movie wise, I'm kind of curious to see Black Adam, but I'm pretty sure The Rock is going to play The Rock.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it makes me cringe so much. I'm a big DC fan, but when he's on that DC dome going, the hierarchy in the DC universe is about to change. And I'm like, oh God, please shut the fuck up.
You know what?
No, you're not doing it for me.
Something that would be fun is if we can do this on a three-way, you, me, and Bruce, and you and Bruce hash it out. Because
I could already tell you, Bruce and I have talked about movies previously, and we never agree on anything.
yeah, I do. Like, and he knows this. I say this to him all the time. You'll critique a movie, but you won't critique it to the point of the way he does. Like, sometimes I have to literally say, dude, do you actually go in there to enjoy a movie for like once without totally critiquing it to the point of where you hate it?
I used to be like that, but then I realized how frustrated life was, and I was like, man, I can't be that technical. Nobody's perfect. I did that. What movie did I do that for? Amanda, stop. Oh shit, I said her name.
Yeah.
Our friend Amanda actually went to the movie theater with me one day, and then another day, and then like the whole time she's like, why are you always talking shit about movies when we're watching them? Like, you know what, you're right, I probably shouldn't. I'll save that for after the movie.
You have calmed down a lot. You used to critique movies like really, really.
Oh, dude, like that's all I had, man. That's all I had. My childhood, we couldn't go outside, man, because the neighborhood was bad. So all I had was the movies. I had what I call the Holy Grail. My grandmother gave them to me. Batman Returns, Terminator 1 and 2, Jurassic Park. Yes, and at 8 years old, I was watching Schindler's List.
You know what? That is actually a question I got for you. The Terminator, do you think that they will make any more Terminators? You think they'll try to reboot it?
The time to do that was 10 years ago, and this is my idea for a Terminator film. This is what James Cameron should have done. You got Terminator 1, you got Terminator 2. Terminator 2 effectively stopped Judgment Day.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it did it. Terminator 3 was kind of cool in a sense that it could have been a what if. The ending of that movie was really, really good and ballsy. But anyway, not to get off topic. You should have went Terminator 1, Terminator 2, and then made the third film in the future and ending with Kyle going back.
Yeah.
That way it can be a unique trilogy because like, are you going to watch it Terminator 1 first? Or are you going to watch the actual technical third film with the future? Like, which way do you start the movie? Do you want to start in the future first because he obviously goes in the past, or do you want to start in the present or the past and then work your way to the future?
Well, I mean,
so I felt like
dead now, so they can't really.
Oh, don't get me started on that, man. Were you in the movie theater when we saw that?
Huh?
Were you in the theater with me when I saw that?
Yeah, we all saw that together.
Oh my God, do you remember that fucking groan we all let out? We all let out that.
What was that? Genesis? Was that Genesis? No, that wasn't Genesis.
Dark Fate.
Yeah, Dark Fate.
Dark Fate had some pretty cool things going for it. One, it went back to R-rated territory,
yeah.
Which Salvation and Genesis for whatever reason didn't. Genesis is absolutely terrible. I don't like Salvation either.
I didn't like Salvation, but Genesis had some stuff in there that I kind of liked, but I didn't like the premise of the story of where they were trying to go. John Connors turn into this fucking.
He got infected with nano machines by the T-5000. Where the fuck is a T-5000? You know, so I was like, yeah, whatever. And then Dark Fate kind of did something stupid too. Like, we're going to kill off John Connor.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest fuck you. So, and what they had to do was they had to go find a kid similar to Edward Furlong's age and then get the rights to his likeness, which probably cost him a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on that kid's face just for him to die in the first 2 minutes.
Pretty much.
And then we're going to introduce this character, which I read everywhere. Nobody likes Danny Ramos or whatever the hell her name is. And then those future scenes with her like in a bandana and cornrows, like covered in dirt, I was like, oh, I'm not taking you seriously. The only good thing that came from that was Grace. I liked her character. I thought she was interesting.
Which one was Grace
I
again?
She was the one that chose to get a hybrid enhance
Okay, yeah.
to stand. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, would the Resistance actually go to that next step where they give themselves implants to fight a Terminator one-on-one instead of having to rely on conventional weapons?
I didn't like how they tried to do like a futuristic type thing because Terminators were Terminators. They were robots. They weren't this nano tech bullshit that they tried to pull in Dark Fate. I wasn't a big fan of that. They were like they could multiply and all that shit.
Yeah, they kind of lost touch with all that. I get it. Technology advances, and you kind of want to make a story revolving around that. Even James Cameron, I felt kind of was a little ahead of the game because if I remember correctly, the first one in the future, even in the second one, they say you stay down by day and you make your move at night.
Yeah.
But these machines have infrared.
Yeah.
So like if you're moving around at night, wouldn't you be easier to spot compared to in the daytime where the light actually interferes with infrared? I mean, I'm not a military expert, but I thought about that.
Yeah.
But minus that, I mean, it's still an amazing movie. I mean, I love that police shootout scene in Terminator 1. That thing is like pure horror, man.
You talking about the one when Arnold went into the police station and shit? And
Yeah, where he was just like, enough of this fitting in shit. And he just like pulled in. He's like, I'm getting my target. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He said, what did he say? He said something to James Cameron wanted him. No, he wanted to tell James Cameron, like, I'm not going to say I'll be back. It makes no sense. I'll return.
Ugh.
Or something like that.
Now,
Or he said,
like
it might not be that, but it's something way worse. And James Cameron was like, look, don't tell me how to write. I'm the director and the writer. Just do what I say.
Is a genius, dude. Like Avatar, love Avatar. Here we. What did you have a problem with Avatar, dude? That like opened the door for a lot of shit.
Really?
Today, fuck yeah.
What do I have a problem with Avatar? Why do I have a problem with Avatar?
Is this like a Michael Bay thing?
No, dude. It's just a gimmick film. It's just for visuals. It's pretty much what I call project film. It's all, dude. All that movie is see how far technology's come across, and now we're getting fucking 4 sequels. And on top of that, most of the content, the plot is derided, is stolen from Ferngully and Pocahontas. Like,
this whole thing is filmed underwater. They're literally underwater mode. From what I read from most of the fucking movie. So
I'm not saying the technology isn't impressive, but I feel like also, like, do we really want 4 more sequels? And 2, the movie came out in 2009.
That's true.
Is it coming out this year? Because like he's been talking about these damn movies and how much they've been filmed for like a couple years now.
You know how he is, dude. He brings out a movie like maybe like every 10, 15 years. And then when it comes out, dude, any James Cameron movie that I've seen so far, like Titanic, what was the one movie with the water where it was like it was one of his
The Abyss.
Yes, The Abyss.
That's a good movie.
Like, James Cameron, even though like you really don't like Avatar too much, but like, dude, James Cameron opened up the door for a lot of shit. Just like The Matrix with the fucking spinning cameras and shit, like that opened up a big door for that.
Matrix is a tech movie, dude.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, I feel like
I don't understand it.
people gotta understand, like, every once in a while, the studio will come back and say, you know what, let's see how far we can push the visuals. Jurassic Park's an exception because they developed a good storyline, an interesting storyline with great visual effects.
Looking forward to it.
But when somebody talks about The Matrix, what do they talk about? Do they ever say, oh my God, the dialogue was amazing? Oh my God, the story was amazing? They always say the visual effects and the action were the best because that was the studio pushing the limits to see what could be done. Yeah. And I think that's the same thing with Avatar, because remember, Avatar had those, I think Avatar was one of the first movies that had people with like those visors on and little white dots. And now you see it everywhere. You see the Rogue One, for example. Yep. Rogue One took a CGI face of a man that's been dead since 1994 and put it on Moff Tarkin.
Yes.
Tarkin. And that set the standard. Now they're doing it with a lot of stuff. Actually, even before that, Gladiator did it because one of the older guy in Gladiator died that was training Kurt Russell's character.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
not Kurt Russell, Russell Crowe's character. I said Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
They CGI'd his face. I think Sopranos did it with the mom too. So actually, it goes way before Avatar.
Wait,
But
but
Avatar,
Sopranos?
yeah, it died in season 2 ended with her getting stuck at the airport, and then she died before season 3 was filmed. And what they did was they took a bunch of outtakes, and you can see it. Go back and look at season 3, episode 1. It's a body double with her head, and it's like all loose and like, her dialogue, her responses don't fit in what Tony's saying.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I looked that up, and I was like, okay, she died.
Damn.
So, yeah, Hollywood's getting real slick.
Yeah, they are. All right, guys. So this was entertainment with Shaggy. If you guys want to hear more from him, guys, go on Instagram or Facebook or whatnot, and we're gonna hopefully have a special page up for Mr. Shaggy for entertainment specifically, and that's something that we're working on now, which I'll talk to you more about. And Harold will be doing, Big Skull will be doing his sports segment. But guys, this is fucking awesome, dude. This is actually freaking awesome. Doing this,
It is pretty.
That's pretty fucking cool.
It is pretty cool. I was asking some people like at work that, how do you do Zoom calls, and they looked at me like I was stupid. Like I should already know this, and I'm like, I'm just trying to do a Zoom call for a show
I've ever done, like Zoom shit.
It's pretty cool. It is. I like it.
I mean, we're still recording, but dude, I would not mind doing it like this sometime. Like just doing like throughout the week, like on the weekend or whatever, like we're doing today. Just do an entertainment segment. You just go at it, dude. Just tell me what you got, and then we can get.
I'm down. I'm down with that.
I'm down with that. All right. Also, happy birthday to Mr. Shaggy. His birthday's not till Tuesday, but we're gonna celebrate it tomorrow. It's gonna be great. Gonna be awesome. We're gonna get him fucked up, and we'll see if he'll throw up and lay in his own shit.
And I got some Phasmophobia to play when I get off.
Oh goodness. I'll be watching some Precious Gemstones.
I'll send you the link. You can watch one of our Twitch streams, because I know you were having some issues getting the game loaded. But
I did figure that out. You said it was the VOD, right?
Yeah, to save your streams.
Yeah, I did it earlier.
You found it.
You told me, and it was.
You put the slider bar on. Okay.
It was off. I don't know why it was off.
It's apparently it all starts like that, because like, dude, I made a really good one, like a lot of scare.